Okay, Garrett Marchbanks, Unadilla. Honestly, you massively exceeded my expectations today. Did you exceed your own, or did you kind of have a feeling that you could do this well?
You know, I had some people watch me in practice. Just told me, like, hey, if you ride like you do right now with only 5 days on the bike, you're anywhere from 4 to 7. Like, but it's more up to me if I want to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I know I'm not the greatest qualifier. I kind of know that by now. And I was like, you know, let's just get off to a top 10 start and just see where we finish. The goal was obviously be top 10 at first. And honestly, when I heard some of the interviews and what people were saying, kind of upset me. I'm like, damn, like, you know, I've been always a good lights guy. It's just when I'm on the right equipment. And yeah, to go 5.5 on the day. I know some guys fell and stuff happens, but that's racing at the end of the day. And yeah, I'm pumped for that and happy to finish 4th overall. That definitely made me happy, and I did not expect that out of me today.
You must be almost asking yourself, like, why did I ever leave the 250 class? If you were capable of this all along, maybe going 450 outdoors for a few years was a mistake.
I think in 22 a different was. I feel like the bikes at the time were good back then. 23, there was no chance we were doing something like that. Not being rude at all, we were just behind on the light side of things. You know, we've seen it with me, Jeremy, Martin, and a couple of guys, so that's why we went 450 last year. And that's why I feel like I did the way I did. I was in the top 5 a lot and got a 2nd. But I think on the proper stuff, for me, I knew I could always be a competitor in outdoors, and that PC bike, obviously, they've got some things dialed in. So, yeah, it was nice to get off to a good first moto start. 2nd one, I kind of think I started too far back, so got off to not the greatest jump. But honestly, to come back in a stacked field like that from 12th or 15th, whatever I was, to 5th again, I was pumped for that.
Obviously, the bike was working well for you today, but with limited time, was there one part that was particularly off? Maybe something you're leaving here with that you're like, I need to work on that stat?
Last 3 laps sprint pace. I know a lot of guys get tired at that point, but for me, when I was in honestly excellent shape last year in the 450 and had things dialed, that was my strong point. I would sprint the last 3 or 4 laps. I think if I could just figure that out and get comfortable and sprint almost the whole moto, I think we'll be pretty dialed. Honestly, that bike handled flawless today, even with only having 5 days on the bike. Power's great, suspension's really good. No, I'm just grateful for the team and to give me a chance to even just race the last 3.
And after today, you must really be looking forward to SMX, because clearly you could do quite well in that little thing.
Yeah, no, hopefully, you know, we get in, we have no mishaps. I think I got in after today, but yeah, no, I'm excited for these last, well, we got 5 rounds left, and yeah, I'm pumped for it.
Last thing, there have been unexpected changes recently. Are you a guy who can handle that well, or are you a guy who really likes to have his stuff locked down?
Obviously, I wanted to finish off and have things locked down, but I don't know. They seen something different that I didn't know was coming. It was definitely a surprise to me on what happened. So yeah, it is what it is. You know, sometimes, like my family said, it's a blessing in disguise. And yeah, no, honestly, I handled it fine. I traveled a lot as a kid, made changes all the time, so I don't think it was a huge change. Honestly, the first day was a little just get comfortable, but after that, yeah, it felt like I was right back at home.